Harihi Om.
Harihi Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Gurubhyo Namaha.
Harihi Om.
Harihi Om.
श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः. श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः परं ब्रह्म गुरवे नमः. ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं
Vishnu Shashivarnam
चतुर्भुजं
Chaturabhujam Prasadam
सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये अगजाननं भक्तानां तं भक्तानां एकदन्तमुपास्महे. Did the live button come to you all?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. नमो भगवते तुभ्यं वासुदेवाय धीमहि प्रद्युम्नायानिरुद्धाय नमः संकर्षणाय च. श्रीकृष्णः शरणं मम. श्रीकृष्णः शरणं मम.
Shri Krishna Saranam Mama.
मम.
Krishna Saranam Mama.
Very good, very nice. Okay, I want if you can please on the videos, that would be nice for me. Okay. Anyway, please sit properly. Yeah. We have been talking about. Can anybody? Okay, I'll just. We started the second skandha of Bhagavatam by the first skandha ended with how King Parikshit asked Shuka Maharshi, how can I am in the I know when I'm going to die, so what is the path to those who knows when they are going to die to attain mukti? How can they attain mukti? Then Shuka answered by saying that what you have 7 days. There is a king called Khatwanga who actually attained mukti in 1 muhurta time.
Yeah.
Yes, Karna?
Amma.
Okay. In 1 muhurta time. And then he explained how one should sit and how one should sit straight and how they can meditate and get their prana shakti, meaning lives, from the bottom to the up, and they can let go of the Sahasrara Chakram. And while doing that, they have to meditate on forms outside as well as inside. Okay, outside they can see everything in the creation as the Parabrahman. And we saw how various forms are what parts of the Parabrahmam's, Virat Swarupa, not the Parabrahman. If the Parabrahman takes a form, that is known as Virat Swarupa, which includes every other form that is in the creation. Okay, and we also explained how that kind of form has to be meditated with 4 arms in your heart. Okay, that is the Mahapurusha meaning the great form, Virat Swarupa, and the Purusha Samsthana, which you have to meditate in your heart. And then how it can take that many minutes to attain that. And after that, again, he asked more questions, right? After that, and then for that, the same question was asked by Narada to Brahma, and we have been discussing how Brahma told Narada the Bhagavatam. Like and in the first skandha, we talked about how Shuka told all the incarnations and all, we had them together. Now here we are going to continue. Like Narada, what is Narada learning from Brahma? Brahma told him. Okay, when Narada asked a question, I'm telling you in brief what we told in the last 2 classes. Okay, now Narada asked a question, how this entire creation, I saw everything. And he explained a creature's name, a creature that is in the creation right now. Like that, entire creation is coming from outside. What is that creature name? Can anybody tell me? Swarupa. No, Virat Swarupa. I'm telling you an animal's name, animal or a invertebrate. Invertebrate, you can say arthropod. Bull. No, arachnid. I said bull. Not bull. Again, I'm telling you, it's an arachnid. The spider. Spider, how it gets a creation out of its, like it creates its own web, right? And goes back like that. Yeah.
Metaphors do not count.
No, that's not a metaphor because the entire creation is like that. The
What's
entire
point?
no. That itself, Narada himself asked that question. Like a spider.
Bold, right?
No, Nana. Like a spider gets out the creation out of itself, the entire web out of itself and gets it back like that. The entire creation is also happening that way. Who is there above you? Like that, Narada asked Brahma. So, and then Brahma said, you asked the right question. Instead of thinking that I am everything, okay, you asked me the right question. So, let me tell you what it is. And so, if anybody remembers, what is there was nothingness before, okay, there was nothingness. And from the nothingness, what is the first element that came out?
Space.
Okay, space. And
Then
space.
air.
Okay, and then air, and then after air, what from space and air, then what came out after the air?
Water.
No,
No, fire.
fire. And after fire,
Water.
from the fire, what came? Water.
Water.
Excellent. And from water, what came? From
Earth.
earth. Okay, these are the five elements, but they are all separate at the time. And I'm going to ask you one more set of questions. From the space, okay, the space had one characteristic embedded in it. What is that? I'm giving you a hint.
Yeah, hearing.
Sound. It's not hearing. Sound was separate.
Don't
Hearing.
you need air?
No, wait. Air. From air. What is the thing that came? That's what you need air to hear the sound. That's true.
In space.
That's true. You need air to hear the sound. Okay, but air. With air, what is the thing that came? What is the characteristic of the that came in the air element?
Sound.
Sense of touch. Air blows, then you can feel it. Okay, it cannot be. So akasha and air are the things that you cannot see with your naked eye. You cannot see with your eye. This physical eye you cannot see. Okay, so that is why they are known as yat, like that. Okay, and then with the fire, what is the power, that characteristic that came?
Vision.
Light. Light can be seen. The seeing thing came later. And now from the yeah, tell me, from water, what is the thing that came?
Ice.
No. Rasa. Okay, yeah. That means please sit straight with me. Please sit straight. Okay. Okay, and these are the things which we have to, you know why I'm telling you this? Because these are the main elements that without which nothing can exist in the creation. Okay, so you have to.
one of the main elements was light.
Yeah, the light is the fire. Fire is the light.
Oh, fire is light. Oh.
You have to
Oh, I
understand.
thought fire was heat.
No, now listen. Fire is, of course, it has warmth also. Everything has two characteristics. That's what we talked about in the last class. Right? His face is the Agni Mukha Vedavaka. It's like the face. Again, go through that class and to understand, because it won't be understood in one thing. Okay, you have to listen to it 3 or 4 times in order to understand. Okay, that's why I'm telling you again and again. Okay, and from the earth, you can actually get all the, what do you say? Okay, we will come back to that again. Now, he is again talking. Okay, so all these 5 elements, all these 5 things, and even sky together with the stars, asteroids, whatever is in the creation, even lightning, thunder, everything was pervaded. Everything was pervaded and covered by the Parabrahman. Okay, we talked about that. And it is not easy. It is not at all easy to measure the qualities of the Parabrahman. You can say, hey, it's like this. Hey, it's this much big, or it's this much small, or it's there till here. No, because there is no beginning, there is no end, and there is no, nobody can measure. And nobody can know when there is no but yes.
Now you're talking about height or something?
I'm telling, there are no physical characteristics. You were right. It's a quality also. Those qualities also cannot be seen, right? Can these qualities be seen? They can only be experienced, right? Experienced. And I told you there are 3 gunas. What are those gunas?
Sattva guna, raja guna,
And
nirguna.
And nirguna, don't give
It's
me.
a guna.
Okay, sattva guna, rajo guna, and tamo guna, without which none of the creation can exist. Okay, whenever Paramatma makes intention, he
So
gets
the
the
creation
sankalpa.
could happen without Parabrahma?
No, there is no creation without Parabrahma, right? Think. Without
What did you just say?
with
Is it-
the trigunas, he creates the trigunas first, and in different proportions of the trigunas, he will make the world will happen, the creation will happen. Okay. So all the entities that are required for the creation also come from Parabrahman himself, just like the spider, like that. Okay, and you should know that now we are going to continue with today's lesson. Okay, you should know that all the material, whatever you are seeing in the creation, is nothing but it is a portion of the Parabrahma. Yes, I keep on saying yes, but there is no, and we have to know that that Parabrahman does not have any death or fear. Okay, and while those who are attached to family life, like people like us, we are always attached, like, okay, what is going to happen? I want happiness, I want to play games, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. You have all these kind of things, right? And who do not strictly follow you the like we actually, how many of you thought of the Parabrahman from the moment the day started today? How many and how much did you think of him? Like that, like not only us, like everybody, they think like in a very limited way. Okay, we do puja, that's enough, and after that they get stuck into the materialistic things. Okay, now I want to do this, now I want to do this work, or now I want to play, or now I want to watch this, or now I have to write this, I have to do my classwork stuff. All these kind of things will come into play. Okay, so like that we will be attached in all those kind of things, whereas Parabrahman, in the destination for both the like can be achieved. But one thing is, oh, we are all attached to this. We cannot think of Parabrahman. If you think, there are two ways. One, by materialistic action, like by doing your karma, by doing your work, but constantly thinking of God and having devotion for the God. Okay, so He is the ultimate refuge. And we have to, we can get to Him by either jnana or ajnana. Like we can think like, okay, we don't know this. Okay, and at least accept that. Okay, I do not understand this. Accept it. Okay, and think that that Parabrahman will make you understand it at a later time, like that. Okay, He from whom all the planets, all the grahas, all this gigantic universal form originated, He's complete with the elements, the senses. Like what are the senses? Shabda, right? Sound, rasa, the taste, okay, and the experiences that you have, like all the senses, the light you see, and all the material qualities of the universe, uh, and elevated above all the worlds. And he compares to the sun that oversees everything. Like we talked about how the metaphor of sun, right? Sun, when he is reflecting in the mirror, you are seeing the mirror and you are thinking that that is sun, but is he the real sun? Definitely not, right? The real sun is there up there. Well, but does he have all the qualities of the like, well, let us say if the mirror broke, okay, the sun is showing, and if the mirror broke, you will be seeing a lot of suns in that mirror, yes or no?
Yeah.
Ah,
Different glasses and the sun is reflecting.
so, but are there different suns? Are there so many suns? Think, are there so many suns, or there is only one sun who is showing like so many? It's only one sun. Like that, Parabrahman is also. Okay, sure. Whereas all the suns in the broken pieces of the mirror is like us. Let us say like that. All is the like the creation. Whereas the sun is like that. We have to think like that. We have to understand like that. So now Brahma is saying to Narada. Remember? Brahma is saying this to Narada. Nana, I'm trying to remind one thing. So now Brahma is saying, I took birth from this lotus, right? I opened I just opened and I found myself on the top of the and sitting on this lotus. And I came, then I saw, where did I come from? I came from the navel, okay, belly button of that great person. Who? That Parabrahma. And then I did not know what to do. I Now he's telling to Narada, I did not know what to do. And from that Parabrahma himself, then I thought I have to do some sacrifice. That means some yajna. Okay, yajna meaning what? You have to do some kind of worship. So then I thought, okay, from there itself, from the Parabrahma itself, I created flowers and leaves. Okay, they are like flowers, leaves, and then he created some straw, like a burning material, havis, okay, and some kind of wood that you put into the yajnam, right, like that. And then I made and from Parabrahma itself, I made a yajna kundam. Have you ever seen homas? Like there will be a proper construction like this, and I made that also, and a framework. And then I created time also came from time, even the time, like what time it is now, which day it is, which time it is, even that also came from the Parabrahman. It's very difficult to understand, but even that also came from Parabrahman. And then one needs utensils like srukku, sruvam. There are two kinds of utensils that you use. Yeah, no, not spoons, forks, and knives. These are for putting in the harvest. You don't take a spoon and put. There are a proper things called srukku. Say that shrukku, shruva. Shruva. So you pick up with that and you actually drop ghee into the fire with that thing only. You cannot use any other utensil. So I created that also, and then clarified, but that means ghee. He created ghee also, whatever to put in that, and then he made honey, and then he made gold also and offered in that, and then a fireplace and some earth also he made and offered in that, and he made some water and offered in that. He kept everything in that, and he made the scriptures, when you are when you are putting in that, you cannot. And when you are offering, uh, when you are offer when the homums are and all are happening, have you ever seen offering happening without any kind of sound? They chant some mantras, right? They chant some mantras like say Om Ganeshaya Namaha, like that they say, and then they put, right? Like that, some kind of mantra, whatever it is, they say. Okay, they say some kind of verse, and then they put in that. And that also, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Veda, like that, I created, and not he created, he took that from the Parabrahmam, and I offered that. And there were at least, there should be four officiating priests, okay, four officiating people who are there. Okay, everything came from the Parabrahmam itself, and it also involves the invocation of holy names and mantras, rewards, vows, and everything, and particular scripture for the purpose and why am I doing that? I need to know why am I being born, like that. With that kind of question, I want to know the answer, like that. By the using the my own parts, by which came from the Parabrahmam, I managed to arrange all these ingredients. So far I explained you what are all are needed, like flowers, burning material, I mean, harvest, ghee, and sweetener, honey, gold, all these things, earth, water, everything. He took it out of himself and he offered in order to know what is my goal. Why am I created? Okay, I did not know. Okay, and I started meditating on that. What is the purpose? Where did I come from? Like that, keeping that in my mind, I did that. Okay, offering with proper and all that help also I got from Parabrahmam itself, and I did that. And then according to that example, and by seeing me before you, now Narada is asking this question, right? Before Narada, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, all those four Kumaras came. I told you this, if you remember. Do you guys remember? Four Kumaras that came, they also came and they saw me. And some gods, some administrative system of gods also came before that, before Narada. Some Prajapatis also came before creation, like before Narada was created. They all looked at me, and they also started performing the same things, looking at me. Okay, I am doing this. So they also started doing this. Okay, oh, we have to do like this in order to understand why we are all here. Okay, and so did other great sages and all. They all started doing this. And the Manus also. Manus are the first of the mankind. Before people came, Manus are the ones who came, and Prajapatis, I told you yesterday, day before yesterday also, like Prajapatis are the one who are responsible for having kids, more to populate the world. Praja meaning people, Pati, they are the ones. So they all started doing that. And while the entire cosmos situated in him. Now do you understand? When I said all these things, they are all nowhere else except they are all in the Parabrahman. In the Narayana himself, they are all there. And does he need any of these things?
No.
Obviously not. And for the sake of, but he actually wanted to do this, just like that, just like his Leela, out of his intention. He said, okay, oh, how would it be like that? He thought immediately that came. For the sake of creation, maintenance, and the dissolution, and everything can go back into him. I told you the order that it came like that earth will go back into the water, and water will go back into the fire will go back into the Air will go back into the like that, and everything space will go back into the again Parabrahma, nothingness, like that. Okay, so this and this everything, that's the resolution. Okay, like that it will happen. So I create uh, under this kind of order. Lord Shiva will come and he will take this entire cosmos back. He will he's the controller of all the energies and he'll take back everything. Okay, when I'm doing this, I am doing like this way, whereas he's going to take it, and Narayana is the one who actually maintains and sustains the everything. Now, as far as all of this I explain now, I explained you everything on your request. You asked me, right? Who is there above you? Who is there above all these things? Is there somebody? I want to know about that. And what are all his forms and all? You asked me, Narada. So, on your request, I explained you everything. So you have to know this. Whatever that is temporary or which is there, whatever that is there in forever nature, all those things, they exist. That exist, you think exist outside of the Parabrahman, they are all within him only. But I had a lot of zeal. Zeal meaning enthusiasm. Okay, I want to know. I want to know. Okay, like this, with this kind of intention, I caught hold of the Parabrahman. I only thought of him. So, oh Narada, so that is the reason why whatever I say will never go waste. So, whatever Brahma says should never go waste. Remember, in Sundarakanda, when Brahmastra comes, okay, everybody has to obey him because he is always with the Parabrahman all the time. So, whatever he says should never go waste. And nor was my buddhi, that is never, it always has a goal. Okay, and it is never fruitless. Whatever I do, it always has a fruit. It gets a result. Nor did my senses ever wander. I never lost control of my senses, even temporarily also. And that is the reason why, as a Brahma, I am the expert in Bhagavan's because now because I learned like that. I meditated and I learned, and Parabrahma himself gave me the knowledge of all the Vedas. And successful, my tapas became successful like that, and I became a worshipful master among all the first of all. Everybody, we all do Vani Hiranyagarbhabhyam Nam. First of all, people worship me. Okay, Vani Hiranyagarbhabhyam Namaha, like that. We always do Namaskaram to Brahma every day. Every day we do that. Okay, we have to do it. Like that, I achieved. Yet, one thing is, even I attained all these things, I never could fully understand the Parabrahman. Look at him. Look at what. That is Brahma. So that's why he's saying, I can, even though I know all these things, I am aware of all these things, and whatever I do never goes waste and all, but still I cannot understand the original form of the first one. I can never understand. Still, fully I can never understand. So I am devoted to his feet all the time. Okay. So, and that stop the repetitions of birth and death. If one, that, what does this show? If we surrender to Parabrahmam's feet, he is the one who gets us out of this birth and death cycle. We have to understand that from what Brahma is telling Narada. And just as the sky, like you see this sky, the materialistic sky that we are talking about, it does not have any limit, right? Like that, no one can actually estimate what is his power. What is that Parabrahmam's power? No one can even comprehend. Okay, his own personal energies. Sometimes they say that, okay, even he gets, oh, I can do this, like that. Even he gets surprised with his own abilities. That's what they say. Therefore, how can others know? Since neither I, now Brahma is telling, neither I, me, Brahma, or nor you, Narada, or O sons, and who are the Sanat Kumara, Sanatana, even they also cannot know his real position. Okay, one cannot accept that the God conscious, like, would do any better. Nobody can do better because even though they attain Jivan Mukti, also still there is something beyond that nobody can understand. Parabrahman that nobody can understand. So they have to realize that part. If you try to realize with his grace, he will take you to him. He will take you to him. Not one. It is not with only with our efforts. It is with his grace. It is with his grace. If he has grace on us, we will attain it immediately, like that. Now, he whose incarnations and activities we glorify, we actually talk about him. Hey, like Rama, he came and he did so much. Like Krishna, he came and he did so much. Or like Narasimha, he came. Like Vamana, he came. So many incarnations and all we talk about, right? All of those things also, uh, like for he, we think that we know all of them. Okay, we offer our namaskarams to them, but millennium after millennium, after yuga, he himself creates within himself more and more complicatedly. He will create like that. Okay, so without any kind of but one thing is, he will be pervading everything, but he will not be attached to that. Do you understand? Like, hey, I am this only. He will never think that, because he knows that he is everything. So he will never think that. People like us, we think that we are this. Whereas that entity within us, we cannot, which we cannot understand right now. At least now you have the knowledge, right? You are understanding at least that, like, there is Parabrahman in every one of us, right? All of you understand that part, right?
Yeah.
Right? We do not have the experience of it. Yes or no? That's what we are all in that stage where we know, but we don't have the experience. That is, how do we experience? That is what is going to come. Slowly it will come. Okay, he is situated in truth. Truth meaning Satya. Satya meaning eternal, forever. He is there. And he is the absolute. He does not have a beginning. He does not have an end. Again and again, these qualities come because they have to be engraved in our brain. Okay, that is why they are coming again and again. And they, he is free from the qualities of sattva, rajas, tamas. He is the nirguna. He does not have any gunas. Again. Shh. And he is eternal and he does not have an equal. Is there anybody who is equal to him? Of course not. Okay, oh wise one, the great thinkers can only understand with their with the pacified self and their senses at rest. And then otherwise, it will be certainly be beyond anybody's scope and be distorted by time-bound arguments. You know, I will tell you one thing. Great religious souls, they can see past, present, future happening at the same time. Happening at the same time also. It is very difficult for us to understand because what we have to attain that state in order to understand, right? Obviously. Okay, but there is something like that. Just have the knowledge of that. That's what I want to say. So the first avatara of the Parabrahman is, now this is Brahma is telling Narada. Remember that. The first avatara is Mahavishnu or Karanodaka Sayi. Say that. Karanodaka Sayi. Karanodaka Sayi Vishnu. Okay. So he is the foundation of space time. Okay. Space time. Time also, he is the one who. Time is also, what do you say? You say that, right? Space time continuum. Yes, correct. Space time continuum is also, he is the one who is the foundation of that. And he is the cause, he is the reason that a thing is there, and he is the effect, he is the result of it. And he is all the elements, the modes, and he is the aham. You have the feeling of, okay, this is me, right? I am doing this. That aham, he is that. And he is all the senses, the sound, space, I mean, sound, light, all the senses that we see and or that we experience. And he is the mind, mano, buddhi, ahankara. Okay, he is all of them. And that is none other than Mahavishnu. Say that. Mahavishnu or Karanodaka Sayi Vishnu. Karanodaka Sayi Vishnu. And this is also known as Karanam means reason. Okay, Garbhodaka Sayi. Say that. Garbhodaka Sayi.
Garbhodaka Sari.
Sayi Vishnu. Okay, that is the, so he is the gigantic, he's like gigantic, universal, independent body. Nothing can influence him. Nothing. He is the one who influences everything and nothing can influence him. Okay, that is the Parabrahma. And now I myself, who is saying this? One cannot influence the influencer. You are right. It's like that. Okay, I myself, that means the Brahma is talking, right? Okay, I am Brahma and the one who maintains and the Vishnu. We are talking about the Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is different from Vishnu. Yes or no? Now do you understand? Mahavishnu. Vishnu is sustains. Whereas Mahavishnu is the first, we are talking about the first Sankalpa, that kind of thing, who made into 16 elements that I talked about, all the elements how they came on. I mean, yeah, the Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, also everything comes together. The, 5 action organs and 5 sense organs, of everything, all those things. Okay, that is the Mahavishnu. And then I myself and all the living beings like Daksha, Manu, Swayambhuva Manu and all, and you yourself, that means Narada, and all the four Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanatana, and all the leaders of high worlds, space travelers, meaning Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas. I told you there are several kinds of beings, okay, which we cannot see. If you get that Siddhi, you can actually see the Gandharvas, you can see the Apsarasas. Yes, you can see them if you want to see.
You'd be able to see it all.
Siddhas, Charanas, like you can see Hanuman used to see all of them in the Sundarakanda. When I explained you, I told you how Hanuman was going in the path of where Siddhas go. Like in the space also, in the Akash, in different levels, there will be beings who will be traveling in that height, and at the same time you have to be have you should be able to have that kind of vision where you can see them. Whereas Hanuman had that, so he could see every one of them. Okay, and the first among the first among the sages and the Pitru Devatas and everybody, especially gifted ones, uncivilized ones, and the dead, the evil spirits, even the Kushmandas, and even the trees, everything, every kind of creation, great aquatic creatures, beasts, birds, in other words, each and every one in the world is of power and to a special degree or of a specific mental capacity. Even all of you have, we all have different kinds of mental capacities, right? Exceptional strength, forgiveness, beauty, modesty, opulence, and intelligence, and all this kind of qualities also. All the qualities also are the form of Parabrahmam. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell? Everything you separate, everything is Parabrahmam. Okay, but in fact, the one thing, beauty of this thing is everything is Parabrahmam, right? But all these things are only a part of the Parabrahmam. Okay, critical thinking. If any of you are in IMAX or something like that, you are doing the logical thinking, critical reasoning, and all. This is something very, very like this is how you should think. Okay, like everything is part of him. Okay, but he is not attached to it. He's there. He's there within everything of them. But he's not only that. He is something beyond that also. Okay, so oh Narada, now relish this devotion. You enjoy this devotion for the pastimes. Now, I will tell you the most important incarnations of that original Parabrahmam. I'm going to tell you that. And I told you about Mahavishnu, where all the elements and all came, right? Now I'm going to. Now, this is what is Shuka Maharshi is telling it to whom? Shuka Maharshi is telling it to whom? I'm going to ask you questions because I know you are listening.
He's told it to many people.
But who is the primary listener? Only one listener is there.
Parikshit.
Parikshit. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Now he's telling. Now I am going to tell you his pastimes, his incarnations, what he did. I told you about Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Now, the first incarnation, what Shuka is telling here is, whereas when Suta explained, he explained different incarnations in a different manner. In the first skandha, we learned. In the second skandha, now he is starting with when the Lord, when the Parabrahmam, okay, within the universe for his pastimes, for his leelas, only when Parabrahmam takes incarnations, they are known as leelas. When we take incarnations, they are known as births. Okay, we also took several incarnations, several crores of births, but they are births. Okay, whereas Parabrahmam does that, they are known as what? Leelas. He assumed first he assumed the like big form of total yajnas. Yajnas, meaning
There's
sacrifice.
a lot of yajnas.
He took the form of the Yajna Purusha. Say that?
Yajna Purusha.
And that means that he is a form of a boar now. Okay,
Yajna Purusha.
Varaha. Yajna Varaha. Say that?
Yajna Varaha.
Varaha is, that means he's like a big boar. Boar means his face will be like a, what do you say, khadga mruga, rhinoceros or this kind of mruga, but Varaha like a pig kind of thing, but it's a very, very white in color, as big, like you cannot even imagine. It's bigger than the earth. Bigger than the earth. Okay, like
the size of the Jupiter.
Much bigger than that. Bigger than the universe. Bigger than the creation, like that.
All I do is
Hmm.
imagine
Hmm.
a
Just
pig
imagine.
that's white, and then imagine
Boar,
like a circle
boar.
and the universe.
Boar. You have to
Bigger
say
than every planet
boar,
in the
boar.
universe.
Think of it like a boar.
A boar is a
Wild
pig.
boar. But yeah, wild boar.
Boar is pig.
Wild boar. Okay, Varaha. Say that. Okay, because
Varaha.
Varaha is that has mantram in it. Yes, Tekshana, what is the question?
Why does he need that big of a head?
We will come across that in the next skandham. We'll go step by step. First, have this in your mind. So for first incarnation, he is telling in this time is about the Varaha, Yajna Varaha. Okay, Yajna himself took that form. Yajna, all the sacrifices took that form. And in this ocean, here, you know what he did? He actually killed a Rakshasa called Hiranyaksha. Say that? Hiranyaksha.
Hiranyaksha.
And he appeared with his tusk, and then his tusk was like a vajrayudham, thunderbolt, a vajrayudham, like a diamond that can sear through anything, okay, like piercing a pack of clouds. He was and then in the second incarnation, okay, he not in the second like that. Okay, for the Shweta Varaha Kalpa, like for this Kalpa, these are the first incarnations. This is how it started, okay? And from Akuti, say that?
Akuti.
This is such a nice name. Ahakuti means good intention. Okay, these are the nice names. And she is the wife of Prajapati, Ruchi Prajapati. Say that? Ruchi
Prajapati.
And Suyajna, he was now here. Lord Vishnu was born, I mean, incarnation now is Suyajna. Say that? Suyajna.
Suyajna.
That means good and appropriate sacrifice. And he was born. And, yes.
I thought Agna meant like a kind of puja or something, right?
Yeah. Yajna is offering offering items into proper items. Offering sacred items into fire. Okay. And with proper mantras.
Why does Suyajna have nothing to do with pujas?
Suyajna? No. Suyajna himself means appropriate sacrifice. Now see.
Oh.
With good intention, now you have to understand. I'm telling you, from Akuti is the lady, and Prajapati, Ruchi Prajapati. But I told you the meanings. So with good intention, Prajapati Ruchi. So think of only the meanings. Appropriate yajna is born. Are you understanding the concept I'm trying to tell? Don't think of them as people. Don't think of them as people. Think of them as the concept. Okay, the concept is the thing that is, okay, good intention along with Ruchi Prajapati, meaning Ruchi, meaning the Rasa Swabhava, the thing that you experience. Okay, like you eat something, okay, you say it's very tasty, right? Taste. Okay, like if you like something, hey, it's very tasty. So with good intention and good taste, what comes? Good sacrifice will come. Like that. No, seriously, that's what I'm telling you. That is the reason why these are happening. And this Suyajna, I want you to make note of, try to understand this. With Suyajna, okay, he had a consort, he had his wife, and her name is Dakshina. Say that? Dakshina. And Dakshina, you know what does Dakshina mean? When you do puja, you offer whoever is the priest, you give him some cash or some kind of thing, because they performed puja for us, right? That is known as Dakshina. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this Suyajna, along with his wife Dakshina, he gave birth to godly to the other thing called Suyama. Say that?
Suyama.
This Suyama, Yama meaning rules and regulations. Okay, Yama, the god of death. Yama means he follows the rules exactly to the dot. Okay, the universal rules. He will follow it. So Suyama means proper regulation. Say that? Proper regulation. Now do you understand the concept? They are giving you the papal name, but around inside it, there is a lot of concept involved. The concepts came into existence like that. Are you understanding? Prakash, are you understanding? I hope she is understanding. Okay. So, okay. With good intention and Ruchi Prajapati, with the taste, the Suyajna, good Yajnam, good appropriate sacrifice is born. Like means all, what are the right sacrifices to perform? All these kinds are born. And with the wife Dakshina, with the correct reward, Okay, they gave birth to correct rules and regulations. This is how first things came into existence. And with them, he greatly, with all these things, with what? With the Suyajna and Suyama, with proper sacrifice and proper regulation, appropriate sacrifice and proper regulation, you know, what did they do? They diminished the distress of the three worlds. Okay, they diminished all the distress in all the worlds, all the 14 worlds that we talked about. Other thing you have to remember, 14 worlds were created and they are given three, like, three parts: Bhulokam, Bhuvarlokam and Patal Lokam, like that. All the Patal Loka, 6 lokas, and Bhulokam itself is given another one, and the 7 lokas above that are given another category. So all the distress in them was removed because of these things. And then for that reason, the father of mankind, okay, the Swayambhuva Manu, he is the first Manu that is born, he renamed him. He again gave the name to him as Hari. Say that? Hari.
Hari.
Hari means
Hari.
another name for Lord Vishnu. Tikshana, what is the question?
So, వాళ్ళు like సూర్యబాకి పుట్టించారా లేకపోతే లైక్ అది పేరా లేకపోతే లైక్ ప్రాపర్
పర్సన్ అంటావా? పర్సన్ కాదు. దీస్ ఆర్ నాట్ హ్యూమన్స్. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ నాట్ హ్యూమన్స్. దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ, if a proper regulation takes a form, he will look like Suyama.
సో వాళ్ళు ప్రాపర్ ఎక్కడేసాడు పుట్టి
A proper regulation, if it takes a form, it will look like Suyama, like that. Okay, these are what, like, let us say, you have a quality. Okay, Tikshana, you have a
Okay.
memory power, let us say. Okay, you have
Okay.
memory power. If that memory power takes a form, okay, then you give it certain name. Let us say Dharana Shakti, to say that. Okay. Like that, you have to understand it like that. You have to think a little bit more. Okay. Or if you don't understand also, that's fine. Listening to it itself will, next time we listen to it, it will make us understand more. Okay. But think, that's it. Now next time, now we are going to, now Suyajna, Suyama, all these things came, all these incarnations came, and Swayambhuva Manu gave him the name as Hari, right? Now let us see what is the next guy. Now this time there is a Prajapati called Kardama Prajapati. Say that? Kardama Prajapati. He is a very
ప్రజాపతి
all names I'm going to say, I'm saying are very, very important ones. Kardam Prajapati is the one who came into existence, I'm going to say who came into existence only for the purpose of having lot of people onto the world, lot of people in the world. No, Manus are different. Whereas Prajapatis are sages also, like that. Okay, so this Kardama Prajapati, okay, Kardama means he is the shadow of the Brahma. He is like that. He came from the shadow of the Brahma. That means from the Brahma creator, right? He has a shadow. Okay, and from that part, this Kardama came into existence, and he married daughter of Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa. That we will come into explain. Don't worry about, oh, I'm not able to remember all these things, it's all going over my head and all. Don't worry about that, because they are going to come again. I'm just explaining you whatever is here. That's it. They are going to come in detail later. Don't worry. So this Swayambhuva Manu, Shatarupa, they had several daughters. This Akuti that I told in the before one, before incarnation, Akuti, who married Prajapati Ruchi, right? Now like that, they had another daughter called Devahuti. Say that?
Devakuti.
Devahuti.
దేవహూతి
Kuti kaadu nana, Huti. Devahuti.
Oh, Devahuti.
That means invocation of gods. How do you invoke gods? Like when I say Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Sesi Varnam Chaturbhujam, then I am invoking. I am actually, invoke means you say, hey, Ganesha within my heart, come out. Okay, come, listen to me, like that. I am.
Can't they like listen to you a lot more if they are inside you?
They are inside you, but
I can't-
by saying that verse, you are actually invoking them. You say Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam, then Lord Vishnu gets invoked, like that. Okay, Lord Vishnu's form gets active, like that. Let us say, like that. Okay, because they are there, they are dormant, or that, like, you invoke them. Okay, now this Kardama Prajapati, when he married Devahuti, they had 9 daughters. Okay, they had 9 daughters who were very, very important, whom we are going to come across, because the entire creation we are going to talk about in Bhagavatam, right? How did everything come? But to them as a son, sage Kapila came. Kapila, we already did it in the in the first skandha also. Say sage Kapila.
Ted Kapila.
Kapila Maharshi. Okay. Kapila itself means the analytical one, the analysis, one who analyzes. Say that? One who analyzes. And he teaches spiritual knowledge to his mother. This Kapila Maharshi, he will teach to his mother, Devahuti, the entire spiritual knowledge in realization, and he frees her from this birth and death cycle. Okay. The analytical one, not the student. No, he is none other than Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu himself came as a sage Kapila. Okay. And so he is going to invocation of the gods, the Devahuti. To him, to her, he will teach about the Parabrahman and help her achieve the liberation, moksha. And now, let us come to the next incarnation. Okay, now this is what Brahma is telling Narada. Remember that, and Shuka is telling that to Parikshit that, hey, Brahma is telling Narada this, like that. Okay, and now satisfied. Now, after that, next incarnation is satisfied about the surrender of sage. There is another sage called Atri. Say that?
Atri.
Atri means, I told you there are 3 gunas, right? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, right? We talked about the 3 gunas. This Atri, sage Atri means one who conquered these 3 gunas. That means he cannot be influenced by these 3 gunas. Okay, he is the conqueror of the 3 gunas. Okay, but yes, but he is born for the purpose of propagating the kids. He has to get kids. What is it, Tikshana? Entama?
Influence
నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. What did she say? Chat lo better, Buddy.
Okay.
Now, so he prayed for the offspring. He did tapas. Okay, said, I am born for this purpose, so I have to do my duty, even though I am not attached to all these things. So, say, Mahavishnu, he really loved his Parabrahman, really loved his tapas. He said, I am giving myself to you. Anybody can guess who that incarnation is? Huh? No. I explained already. Oh, Prakashni aunty is telling. Prakashni, cheppamma.
Dattatreya Swami.
Dattatreya is my favorite. He said, whoever says I am giving myself to you means Datta. I am giving myself to you. Say, the given one. He only gives himself to us. Okay, always. That's why we have to keep saying, so, Datta. Say that, Shri Datta Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. He is very, very, very powerful one, guys. Very powerful one. Only with his grace we are listening to him now. Okay, and the dust of this, if one comes across his dust, even now also you can see him roaming around in the Sahyadri mountains. People can see him. Okay, he is like never ending avatara, never ending. He is always there, visible. Okay, and he helps everybody in getting their what do you say, he is like Guru Avatara. Guru Avatara meaning one who teaches, all the time. He keeps on telling the spiritual and materialistic knowledge to everybody, and he taught to Haya, Parashurama, so many. Parashurama is also incarnation of Lord Vishnu only, but he is the teacher, like that. Teacher, Guru, not teacher. Teacher is a little less term for that. Now, because now comes the next avatara. Because I formerly lived, now Brahma is telling, right? Now, in the beginning of the first, I was only thinking of Brahmajnana. I was only having Brahmajnana in my mind. I was not distracted or trying to do other stuff also. So first out of me came what? 4 Kumaras, 4 celibate Kumaras. Say, repeat after me, please. Sanat Kumara,
Sanat
Kumara,
Sanaka,
Sananda,
Sanandana, Sanatana. These people, they came. Those came with Brahmajnana themselves. Brahmajnana himself took that form and came. And in the kalpa before that, the spiritual truth, it was devastated. It was all gone. Okay, and but with them, a clear vision of the soul was available to all sages. Okay, so every time after Brahma sleeps, I told you, right? Once he sleeps and wakes up, at that time all the knowledge will be like lost, and so he has to meditate. And that one, so first he's meditating on the Brahma Jnana. So when that takes form, they will come as Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, and from them, from those four sages, everybody else will learn like that. The system is made that way. Now let us come to the next incarnation. So are you seeing so many incarnations are coming now again? Okay, this is only to put in your brain. And now Murti. Say that.
Murti.
Okay.
Murti.
Again, she is a lady. Okay, she is the wife of Dharma. Say that. Dharma. All of you know what is Dharma, right? Dharma, when it takes a animal form, it is a bull and all, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Dharma itself
No,
means
that's the Skandha.
righteousness. Dharma
No,
means
that's
what?
the
Dharma means what is right, what is not right. Dharma, what is rightness? The rightness is dharma. And Murti actually has a meaning. Murti means idol. Say that? Idol. You might have seen idols, right? In your homes and all, you will see a lot of Devata idols, right? Okay. So keep these meanings in your heart. Okay. The idol, she is the wife of righteousness. And this Murti is none other than daughter of Daksha Prajapati. Say that? Daksha Prajapati. This Daksha Prajapati is also, he also came from Brahma just like that. Okay. Before Narada. Before Narada itself, he came. Okay. This Daksha Prajapati. And he gave birth to a lot of daughters, which we will come across. But Murti is one of them. Remember this, because this is the most important incarnation. I will say that everything is important. And once you know about this, your memory power will also increase. Trust me on that. Okay. And Murti and Dharma together, they gave birth to Nara Narayana. Say that? Nara Narayana are like, Nara means man. Narayana means Parabrahman. Okay, Narayana means Parabrahman. Now also every day we have to worship Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. With this shloka, all the Puranas start. Every one of us have to learn this verse, because Nara Narayana are the ones who are actually taking care of the knowledge. They are in the Badrinath right now also. If you want to see, and if you can see them, they are like 50 feet tall, more than 50 feet tall. If you have that ability, you will be able to see them like that. Okay, they are still, they hide in plain sight like that. Okay, Tikshana, what is the question?
Nara ikka
Nara
Narayana.
Narayana.
But it is different,
No, Parabrahman himself, he divided them into himself into two just forms like that. It's like, it's like there is a cake. Okay, you cut the cake into two halves. Are the two cakes different?
No.
They're the same, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Narayana are the same. But they're just showing themselves in two forms. And this Nara and Narayana himself, Nara came as Arjuna, okay? And Narayana came as Sri Krishna in the Bharata. Like when you see, when you read when you learn about the Bharatam, we will know that Nara himself is Arjuna. Narayana himself came as this only for the purpose of establishing dharma on the earth. For that, they both take birth. They both took birth. Okay.
So only
In
the
5,000 years,
people.
just 5,000 years ago, itself they took birth. Okay.
So only the same person.
They are the same Parabrahman. Yes, not person. Parabrahman. Parabrahman is not at all a person. Okay. Parabrahman is something which we are trying to understand now. These are all the incarnations. Incarnation meaning his forms, different forms that Parabrahman took. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so many forms we are talking about, from boar, wild boar form, Varaha form. We started so many forms we are talking about. Okay, so Nara and Narayana came, and they are always actually trying to, they are always in the penance, they are always trying to protect the earth with their tapas. They are always doing that, even now also. Okay, but they cannot they cannot overcome, now. Okay, now let us go to the next incarnation. How can with him? Okay. So one thing is, the Supreme Lord, the Parabrahman, by his own strength, okay, by the strength of his own personal penances, his own tapas and all, and his oaths, he could even break. Lot of people came. They wanted, when they were doing Nara and Narayana were doing tapas, all the gods and all, they were also there at that time. So they wanted to, what do you say, distract Nara and Narayana with their tapas, because they got the ignorance that they are something else other than Parabrahman. Are you understanding? They forgot that they are Parabrahman itself, and they got an ignorance, like we are something else, and they tried to distract um, this Nara and Narayana. Yes, Tikshna?
Ignorance certainty.
Ignorance ante they forgetting that they are Parabrahma.
Uh,
Okay, ignorance means, in general terms, in what do you say, in our normal world, how do you use it? Means, if you don't know something, you are ignorant of it.
okay.
Not knowing something is called ignorance.
Okay.
Got it? Ignorance literally means not knowing what you are supposed to know. All of us are supposed to know about Parabrahman. We do not know that, hence all of us are ignorant. Okay? Like that. But anyway, we are trying to understand. So we should ask God for his grace to help us more. Okay? Now, so like that they came. Even Manmatha, the Cupid himself, he also came. But nobody could actually deter them from their tapas. Their tapas is so strong because they are none other than Parabrahman. Again, remember that cake example. Okay, for Nara and Narayana, always remember that. Suddenly it came out of me. I never heard it anywhere. Anyway, now, incited by the sharp words of now comes the greatest one. This is like my favorite. Okay, Vithala, come. Okay, there was Swayambhuva Manu, the first Manu. His name is Swayambhuva Manu. Say that. Swayambhuva Manu. Say that. Swayambhuva Manu.
Manu.
Everybody, I want everybody to say it. Swayambhuva Manu. Manu. He came from the Brahma himself. Okay, and his son, he had two sons. One son's name is Uttanapada.
Uttarapada.
Uttanapada means one whose foot is up, like that, like with raised foot, like that. And he had a son. He had two sons. We will talk about all of that in detail later. But one son named Dhruva. Dhruva is the ultimate one. Okay, Dhruva meaning the immovable, the polar star. He became a star. Now also, do you see in the North Pole, they say there is a star. That star never moves. Okay, that star never moves, and it is the highest of all. The polar star, you might have studied in your science also. The polar exists. Not Cupid, it's known as Manmatha. Okay, the desire. It actually means they kept it. That's what I'm saying. I am only using it. I do not say what is in there. Do you understand? Okay, now this King Uttanapada has the son called who? Dhruva. Say that.
Dhruva.
We will talk more about this boy later because when he was 5 years old, he did big tapas. 5-year-old boy, he did tapas for 6 months, and Lord Vishnu came to him. Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him as Prishnigarbha. Say that.
Krishnidarbha.
That is another incarnation.
Prishnigarbha.
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 Prishni Garbha.
Correct. Prishnigarbha.
Garbha. Like that. Okay, he is amazing. I will tell you the story of him also in detail later. Prishni Garbha. Remember that. Somebody make note of this. And whenever Dhruva's story is coming, ask me. And you have to tell us more about Prishni Garbha. Okay. Now, pleased with his prayers, 6 months only he did tapas. Okay. But Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him and granted him all his prayers and made him become as a Dhruvatara. Okay. He became the polar star, North Polar Star. Everybody knows that, right? How many of you know about it? Polar star. You guys know? Yeah, polar star. If you don't know, go and find out who is that, because it is there now. It will be there forever. Okay, not yet, after the class. Okay, for which the great sages and everybody praise for the Dhruvatara. Every day you have to do namaskaram to it. Okay, because he attained the highest state. Why did he attain it? How did he attain it? We will talk about him in his story, which is going to come in the mostly fourth skandha. It's going to come. Yeah. Now, after that, Prishnagarbha Avatara. Avatara, every time I say Avatara, means incarnation. Avatara, he came, he took his form. Okay, now there was a very bad king called King Vena. Say that? King Vena.
Vera.
He's a bad king. I already told you he's a bad king because the Vena himself means the anxious one. He's so anxious. Okay, and he strayed away from the path of religion. He did not follow Sanatana Dharma. He started saying, like, no yajnas, no yagas. You're not supposed to do that. Stop all of that, like that. And because of that, all the sages became angry and they actually cursed him to die. So he died. Okay, that happened because sages have the responsibility of making sure everything is available. But what happened is this King Vena is born into this Swayambhu Manu. Manu's like in that lineage, he was born. And because of which, what happened? Now there is no king. If there is no king, what happens to the kingdom? All the thieves and all will come, robbers come, and they start attacking everybody, and all this kind of adharma came. And they did not know. Now all the sages, they thought, give me a second, please. Vittal. Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening to Lord.
Okay. And from his body, okay, they actually did some kind of process to his body, maybe some kind of cloning or something like that, which we can never understand. Okay. So they made two kinds of beings. One, Nishada. Say that, Nishada.
Nishada.
Sada.
Nishada is the bad, that is Papa in his body. It took that form. And they went into the forest. They became the Nishadas and they started living by himsa, meaning they're killing and all. They keep on killing. In the people in the forest, they live by killing on the animals and all, right? So that kind of being came into existence at that time. But Vishnu, the punyam, the good things that are in his body, because which comes by birth, right? By birth, good and bad also comes with you, in which family you were born into, like that. Okay, now came the incarnation of King Prithu. Say that?
Pitu.
Prithu Chakravarti. Prithu Chakravarti is the greatest incarnation of, again, Lord Vishnu. Okay, Prithu himself means the great one worldwide. Prithu himself means that. Okay, and he achieved, you know what he did? From the earth, all those things were lost. Earth stopped giving good produce and all. Earth stopped producing everything because of all the adharma. Okay, nowadays, now do you see why there is no, there are droughts and all? Because when there is adharma, nobody follows the rightful things and all. These things happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Adharma.
Adharma ante not being righteousness, not living according to Vedas Karna.
It's like normal.
కానీ ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది.
Yes.
ఎవరికైనా తపస్సు చేసినప్పుడు మనకి లైక్ స్వామి వేరే రూపంలో వచ్చినప్పుడు స్వామి అని ఎట్లా అర్థమవుతుంది?
That will come because they will be meditating on that form in themselves. Okay, I want to see in this form, I want to see in this form, I want to see in this form. And when they're doing tapas for so long, their powers will also increase that they can recognize. Like that. Okay, you will know. If you keep on thinking about something, suddenly God will appear in your dreams also. That can also, because in Kali Yuga that can happen a lot. In dreams they will come. Okay, that is also one
If you
kind
wake
of.
up immediately after, whatever
That
they
means
say,
that really came. Yes.
if it's not, if you didn't,
లేకుంటే బాత్రూమ్.
Yes. Okay, and now, so this King Prithu, he actually made the earth into a cow, and he performed a lot of yajnas, and he milked the cow, and out of the cow he got all so many, and there is a big story about him in detail later. Again, we will talk about that. But earth got the name Prithvi. Say that? Prithvi, because of this king called Prithu, who is none other than the incarnation of, these are all Amsha avatars. One thing is, Amsha avatara means Vishnu has 16 kalas. Mahavishnu has 16 kalas. One of the characteristic come in that form, and only a single kala or two kalas can do this much on the earth. Okay, and now next, let us go to the next. After Prudhu, what is the next incarnation? Let us see. There was a King Nabhi.
Nabhi.
Nabhi meaning pivot. Like Nabhi, your belly button is known as Nabhi. Okay,
Nabhi.
that is the, you know, when you took birth, if you see, all of you will have some kind of what do you say, tube connected to your mother with your belly button. Yes or no? You guys know that, right? If you don't know, ask your mothers. Okay, you will be connected with a tube. So that is the Nabhi. Remember that. Okay, King Nabhi, the pivot. Okay, and he was born as Rishabha. Say that. Rishabha. Rishabha meaning the best one. Okay, and from Sudevi. Okay, as the son of King Nabhi, and to Sudevi meaning appropriate form of Devi. Okay, he was born as Rishabha, the best one. So Rishabha is another incarnation of him. Okay, and here in this Rishabha avatara, in this incarnation, he actually um, he taught yoga. Yoga meaning, you know, how to sit, how to breathe. Okay, how what kind of how should you live with this body? Okay, how should you live with subdued senses, and how you should breathe properly, and how, what kind of asanas, what kind of forms you can sit in, and how asana ante like when you sit, um, you sit in lotus pose, you sit in different kinds of poses, which you will come across. Like all these things are told by him. He is the one who started that. Rushabha. Say that? Rushabha. And like when I say,
Rishabha.
okay, I ask you sometimes to do sit straight in lotus pose, have your spine straight and close your eyes, have your vision on Ajna Chakra, and then say the Sarva Gayatri mantra like this, like all. I keep the chin mudra. All these things we say, right? All these things are nothing but the asanas, mudras, all these things are nothing but they will help us connect to God in one way or the other. Like let us say, if you keep, all of you keep this mudra, keep this mudra. Okay, this connects you with the Akasha element. This connects you with the Akasha element. And this balances all the elements, all the 5 elements. Okay, and if you keep this balances, this connects you with the earth element. Everything in our body, the universe is within our body. Okay, and it's outside also, but the creation, okay, it's within our body, all the elements, you balance them like this with these mudras, all these things, mudras, asanas, everything, they are all in the within our body also, and outside our body, in this entire creation. This is the same thing outside, same thing inside. Okay, this Rishabha, he taught these kind of things. Okay, he told, okay, if you sit like this, if you, like if you are doing this thing, if you sit like this, you will attain moksha fast. Or if you do this, you will attain peace, your mind will become calm fast. Guys, I'm trying to tell you so many other things. These are
Moksha.
moksha meaning you were stuck in this birth and death cycle, you were keeping on taking births and deaths, right? Okay, and you don't want to do that anymore. You want to reach the Parabrahman. Okay, you want to go back and you don't want to keep on taking births again. That stage is called moksha kanna. Ante, you will be, if you have birth, you have death, you will be stuck in this birth and death cycle. And that means that what? You are never realizing God, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is what. If you are not realizing in God, you will not have happiness. There is no happiness then. Now, the Supreme
Yeah,
Lord.
but when you think God, there's pretty much no happiness.
No, you
If
think
you
that is
feel
the
something,
Supreme.
If you feel something, you'll probably
If you feel something, that means that you are falling into the birth and death cycle again. Anyways, okay. Now, next incarnation, Rishabha. We covered the yoga, all these kind of things, yoga asanas and all. The matter of the how you can connect with God in different ways. In with your body also, you have to do so many things. That part is covered. Every part is important, guys. Every part is important. And these are like different parts of the way to connect God. Now comes the next one. I'm pretty sure some of you might remember this. And he has horse-like head, and he is in golden hue, and he is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And Rakta Shukla Prabha Mishram Atarkyam Traipuram
I'm trying to
Maha.
think what it is.
That is the verse we do for him.
Any second. I'm getting closer, I think.
Anybody remembering?
I just,
And he is the one who taught Lalita Sahasranama to Sage Agastya.
that won't, saying stuff that we don't already know will not help.
Okay, I'm giving you hints. I'm making you to write guess. Okay, I will give you another hint. This is the major hint. I told you this story so many times already. And Mahavishnu was actually lying down, and Brahma invented a small creature called a termite in order to
I can't get the name.
get his head, and his head got cut, and the head fell into the ocean and it disappeared. And then horse head got replaced with that. Vishwakarma made a horse head and
Why
replaced
am
with
I thinking?
Hayagriva. Hayagriva. Say that?
I agree.
Hayagriva. Guys, I gave you the entire
Thank
story. You
you.
did not remember. Hayagriva.
That's the least remember.
Okay. So Hayagriva is also another guru form of Lord Vishnu. We talked already about who? Dattatreya, right? Dattatreya is a guru form, and Hayagriva is also another guru form of Lord Vishnu. Okay? Remember this. Okay, and from his breathing of the nostrils, actually, from his breathing, Vedas came. Inhalations and exhalations are nothing but Parabrahma Swarupas Vedas, right? So Vedas. And then what happened? He actually killed another demon called Hayagriva. And if you remember that story, he is born for the purpose of killing because he stole all the Vedas. So again, he came and he got the Vedas. Okay. And now let us come to the next incarnation. He who called the Manu. Okay. Called Satyavrata. There is a Manu called Satyavrata. Say that? This is a super interesting story. Okay, this is a very, very Satyavrata. He is a Manu, and he is none other than, we are right now in Vaivaswata Manvantara, right?
Yeah.
So Vaivaswata is the right.
Nana gave it to me only for
Okay, Vaivaswata Manvantara. This Vaivaswan, okay, his name is Vaivaswata. His Vaivaswata, in his before form, he was like Satyavrata. And you know what happened? Here, Lord Vishnu, when this Satyavrata, when this Manu, when this king Satyavrata, he was doing, he was offering water in the river, and suddenly a small fish came into his hands. A small, what came into his hands?
Fish.
Fish came into his hands. And he said, by mistake it came, and he left it and he again took it. Again it came and he again left it. Again it came and again he was leaving it. And then the fish
I
said,
only use it for water.
and then, and Kanna,
Don't use it
quiet,
at all.
Rana, please be quiet. And now, Rana, okay, and then the fish said, hey, I came into you, I need protection. Come on, put me in something. And then he said, okay. And then he put him in his kamandalu, the jug in which he carries the water. And then as he took it home, and the fish became as big as the kamandalu. And he thought, oh, what happened? Then he said, okay, put me in the big thing.
Water.
And he kept him in a well. And he kept him in the well. And he became as big as the big well. And then he said, where are you keeping me like this? And then he kept him in a big lake. And he became as big of the lake. And then he said, you are none other than Vishnu. I know you came in like a fish. Matsya Avatara. Say that. Matsya. Matsya. Ta has rendu ఒత్తులు. Ta has rendu ఒత్తులు. Sa ఒత్తు and ya ఒత్తు. Ta, sa, ya. Sya. Matsya. Matsya. Okay. And then he said, okay, I'm going to give you a task. Very soon, the entire creation is going to collapse. It's going to go away. Okay. So what you are going to do is you get all the seeds into one big jug, in one big vessel like this. Okay. Get all the seeds, whatever you need for everything, every being in this entire creation, get all the seeds and keep them safely. And a boat will come. I will take the form of a boat and I will come again. Listen, guys, I'll take a form of a boat and I'll come again. And you get on board. There will be Saptarshis. There will be 7 sages also in the boat. You get on board with them. Okay. And there I will come. I will come again as a big fish. Okay. And you tie that boat to my horn. Okay. And then I will make sure nothing happens to you when all this creation is gone. Okay,
That
so
just means he attained moksha.
no, he did not. And so he has all the creation for the next creation, whatever is needed, all that he got stored in a particular vessel, in a small vessel, in a big golden vessel like this. And he waited, and everything ended, and suddenly the boat came, and he boarded that boat, and along with him, and now the fish also came. Everything was toppling, turning over everything. And now at that time, Lord Vishnu came as the Matsya Avatara, and he gave a snake, Vasuki. Vasuki, he tied that as a rope. And then, as they were going, everything became dark. And he told him one more Purana called Matsya Purana during this time. And that's another story. Anyways, so this is one incarnation, Matsya Avatara. And now, next came the ocean of milk is there. Ocean of milk is nothing but knowledge. Okay. And then, and during that avatara, he took the form of mountain. Say Mount Mandara.
Mount Mandara.
Mandara meaning big one. So Lord Vishnu took the form of Mount Mandara there. And then he became a Kurma. Say that Kurma.
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 Meaning tortoise. He became a big tortoise and he carried the Mount Mandara. So he himself is the mountain. He himself is the who? The tortoise that is holding the mountain when they are when all the devatas and rakshasas are churning that milk ocean. Okay, and he himself came as Vishnu, and he married Lakshmi, who came out of that mountain. Okay, who came out of that, I mean, churning and all. So these are the two avatars you can talk about. Okay, and then next incarnation is Nrisimha. Say that?
Nrisimha.
Okay, there. Prahalada story. That also is going to come. Yes, that also is going to come. He killed with his nails, he killed the Prahalada. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Prahalada, thank you. He killed the Hiranyakashipu. Okay. Who is Prahalada's father? He came only to protect his devotee, and he came to show that he is everywhere. And we are going to talk about that also in detail later. Okay, so that is Nrisimha Avatara, another one. And now now he came as another one. Now there is a great devotee who is in the form of an elephant. Gajendra. Say that? Gajendra. He is in the form of elephant. He got his leg got seized by a mosali, meaning crocodile. A crocodile caught hold of him, that elephant, and at that time there was a that mount. Look, like let us say this is elephant's leg and this is mosali, this is the crocodile. They were like this, like that. They fought for thousands of years. How many years? Thousands of years. And the elephant is like losing everything, no breath and all. It got everywhere. It got so depressed and down, and then it started praying for that Lord Vishnu who is there everywhere, right? Lord Vishnu means who? One who is
Everywhere.
everywhere. I'm praying that personality who is there everywhere. Please, where is he? I am praying to him. Can he not come? Can he not come and protect me? Can he not come and take me to him? Just like that, he said, not even protect me. He did not even say that. Just take me with him. And then immediately Lord Vishnu manifested then and there itself. Like that. They just on Garuda, like this, he just popped up out of in nowhere out of just in the atmosphere, just like popped up like that. Okay, and then he sent his chakra weapon and he killed the crocodile and he pulled him out of his trunk. Okay, that's the Gajendra Mokshanam. Say that. Gajendra Mokshanam. And that Lord Vishnu, that also, when one thinks of him, he gives the moksha, guys. Okay, he gives the moksha. And that Gajendra is none other than the king Indradyumna, which we talked about in Sage Agastya story, if you remember. Okay, I told this before also, but this is one incarnation. And then next incarnation is Vamana. Say that? Vamana. He is born as a son of Aditi. Okay, and there was a great king called Bali Chakravarti. Say that? Bali Chakravarti. Bali Chakravarti is a great devotee, and he is none other than grandson of Prahlada.
He's not the
He is the grandson of who? Prahlada. Say that? Prahlada. Prahlada is the greatest devotee, right? So Bali Chakravarti is also great devotee of Lord Vishnu, and he that story we'll know in detail later. I told this story in Ramayanam also. If you don't remember, it was there in Balakanda. But anyway, so Lord Vishnu took the form of 8-year-old boy, Vamana, 8-year-old boy. Like that he was born. And he asked Bali Chakravarti to give him 3 steps of land. And Bali Chakravarti gave him 3 steps by offering him water into his hand. And then what happened? Lord Vishnu occupied with his one feet. Vamana became so big that earth became to his lotus feet. Earth became like a small speck of dirt that is attached to the lotus. He became so big.
Yeah, I know.
And then the Swarga, all the upper worlds became the small speck. And then he said, where should I keep my third foot? And then he said, no, he did not say to put your foot. He said he offered himself. No, he offered. Bali Chakravarti offered himself. Bali, you know what does Bali mean? Offering. Offering. Bali means offering. Okay, like if you go to temples, you will see Bali mantapas. There they keep food and all there. Okay, the Bali means offering himself. So Bali offered himself to him, hence he got the name Bali Chakravarti. His actual name is Indrasena. Okay, or Vairochana. His actual name is Vairochana, but we call him Bali Chakravarti because he offered himself to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu now also he is protecting him. Who? Bali Chakravarti, because Lord Vishnu is devotee of his devotees. He is like that. So Bali Chakravarti, he loves Bali Chakravarti so much that he stands there as protection to him. And for the next Manvantara, this is Vaivaswata Manvantara, right? For the next Manvantara, which is going to be Savarni Manvantara, this Bali Chakravarti is going to become Indra. He is going to become Indra for that time. So he said, till then, people might harm you, so I will stay as protection for you. And so Lord Vishnu is protecting him right now, like that. Okay. And okay, now comes the next incarnation. Now Vamana is done. Now comes the next incarnation. The Supreme Lord, satisfied about the Sattva Guna, okay, in himself, he took the form of swan, Hamsavatara. Say that? Hamsavatara. This is something which nobody knows. Hamsavatara. Hamsa means knowledge. Hamsa, when knowledge takes a form of a bird, okay, it will be known as a swan. Okay, it is a swan. It can. But that swan that will teach you the knowledge of yoga, the science that is relating to the Parabrahman. Okay, for those who surrender to Vasudeva, say Vasudeva. Every time Vasudeva comes, just say Vasudeva out loud. Okay.
Vasu.
So perfectly they
Vasudeva.
appreciate. So this Lord Vishnu, Parabrahman. We cannot say Lord Vishnu. So Parabrahman took the form of that Hamsa, knowledge form. Okay, knowledge, Hamsa Avatara. Okay, and it is that kind of Hamsa, not the Hamsas that we see right now. It is that kind of Hamsa which knows what is right and what is not right, like that. Now, next Avatara, next incarnation, undeterred, in all circumstances, and ruling all the 10 directions. I told you there are 10 directions. You guys know that, right? We did this all in the summer. Okay, the 10 directions, and by the strength of his Sudarshana chakra, okay, in order of time, he controlled he actually subdues all the 3 systems, and he controls all of them, and he incarnates himself into different ages of in different manvantaras. He comes as different incarnations. He comes as Manus also. Everything is him only, right? But in some things he will express himself more, okay, than other things. Okay, he will express himself. He is there in everybody in the same. Even in a small ant also he will be in the same. Even in a big elephant also he will be in the same form. But he expresses in certain individuals certain things in a more explicit way. Okay, like that we have to know that. So thus ruling over the now what happened, suddenly all the kshatriyas, they started becoming back. Some kshatriyas started becoming kshatriyas, meaning the rulers, the kings. Okay, they started behaving very bad, and so in order to rule over those miscreants, and he actually came as Parashurama. Okay, he came like a Parashurama. And then he established his fame up to the highest world at that time. And then, like as Manvantaras, Manus also he came. And after that, he came as Dhanvantari. Say that? Dhanvantari.
Dhanvantari.
Every one of you should remember him on your birthdays, especially on your birthdays, because Dhanvantari is the one who gives us health. He gives us health all the time. He is the father of Ayurveda. Okay, Dhanvantari is very, very important. Okay, and he descended into the universe with the knowledge to how to obtain one. You want long life, right? All of us want long lives because we have to use it to attain the Parabrahma knowledge. We don't want to waste our time. We have to. If you have long life, we'll have a lot of time to learn, and we have to like that. So when the churning of the milk ocean was happening, he came as this Dhanvantari also. Okay, who gives long life to all the living beings, and he cures all the diseases. Okay, whatever diseases, Vithala, whatever diseases one has, who will cure? Which form of the Lord Vishnu cures? Dhanvantari. Say that?
Dhanvantari.
Dhanvantari. Know this, guys. This is very important. Nobody will teach you all this stuff. Okay, please learn. And now, for the sake of diminishing the increasing dominance of the ruling class, I told you, right? The ruling class people, they started behaving bad, the kings. So Lord Parashurama came. Okay, and he removed all the thorns. Whoever is the bad guys, he removed. He did not kill everyone. But he went around earth for 21 times and he killed all the evil kings. Okay, and then he gave all the land that he earned. If you kill somebody, you get the land, right? So he gave that land to, again, Kashyapa Prajapati. That's a different story. And he was the Shishya of Dattatreya again. But he went around the earth 21 times and killed. Okay. And now, after that, he came as, anybody can guess? Our favorite. No.
Rama. Rama.
Rama. He came as Rama. Hey, chup. Prahalada is your favorite? Good to know. Yes. Prahalada is the devotee. He is the Bhagavata.
I do not care.
Please don't play with the stuff like that. That will, please don't. Don't make apple juice now. Please come. Okay, please come. Now, Rama, he came as Rama. He came as Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. He came like that. But Rama, and together with his Sita and brother Lakshmana, he, upon the command of Dasharatha, he went to forest and then he killed Ravana, obviously. Okay. And who caused great distress during that time. And the moment he, in his anger, he can actually, if Rama gets angry, he can actually make all the three worlds go away, right? Obviously, like that. And that is how he came. And then, Hanuman Chalisa, wait. We'll wait. Okay, with red hot. Okay, now when Rama comes, I get like, okay. By just mere twanging of the bow, with that itself, he can take away all the armies of Ravana. Okay, and Ravana, he got killed in the hands of Rama. Okay, keep that in mind. And after that, after Rama's incarnation came Paripurna Avatara. And here, as Rama, he hid himself. He said, okay, he tried to, what do you say? He tried to cheat every one of us. Okay, hey, no, I am only human. Okay, he did that. He did. But as Krishna, he did not cheat anybody. Okay, he said, hey, I am the God. If you want to know about me. Like that. He came like that as Krishna. Okay, and when the Krishna form came, before himself, that Sankarsana, I told you, every time there will be 4 forms, right? Vasudeva, say that. Vasudeva, Aniruddha,
Aniruddha.
Pradyumna,
Pradyumna.
Sankarshana. Sankarshana. So, as in the Sankarshana form, in Rama avatar, he came as Lakshmana. Okay. And Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Bharata, and Shatrughna. Whereas Vasudeva is Rama. Where here, Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and all came as Krishna. Whereas Sankarshana form took form as Balarama. Say that? Balarama. Balarama.
Balarama.
So when's Prahalada coming?
Prahlada will come.
When?
He will be a little far. He is in the middle of the Bhagavata. He is the heart of the Bhagavata. I told you, first 2 skandhas are feet of Bhagavata, are feet of the Parabrahma Rupam, Parabrahmam, right? He is in the heart. He is the heart. Prahlada is heart. Okay. So he is very important. His beauty and his black hair, whose glorious path of activities, and yes, everything is important, guys. Okay. And as Krishna, I want you to imagine what I'm telling you. Okay. He appeared for the sake of all the people who did not believe in religion. He wanted to teach them about like, and whoever listened to him, fine. If they did not listen to him, if they are his shatrus also, everybody attained mukti, whoever came in contact with Krishna. Okay, whoever thought of him all the time in every way. Okay, who else but him? He, as a child, he gave this to Putana. He killed a giant demoness called Putana. He just gave her moksha. Okay, she's a demoness, you might say. But she was thinking of Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. I want to kill him. I want to kill him. I want to kill him. Like that, she was thinking Krishna of all the time. So, he just killed him.
Moksha Kirti.
Liberation, again, getting out of this birth and death cycle. Attaining, becoming one with the Parabrahman. Becoming, you becoming the Parabrahman. That is the moksha.
Shouldn't they be dancing?
Yeah, they should dance. They are dancing only. And then in Vrindavanam, okay, as a 3-month-old, his leg, okay, as Krishna, I'm telling all the Krishna Leelas in brief now. Okay, you are so lucky. Okay, so as a 3-month-old, okay, now his leg as a 3-month-old, how can a 3-month-old baby, he just turned over a cart, and that cart is none other than a Rakshasa. He killed the demon like that. Okay. Okay, and then after it will come in detail in 10th Skandha. Don't ask me now. I'm telling you in brief now. We are not talking in detail. And now, when his mother actually, Damodara, everybody remembers Damodara, she was not able to tie him down, and then finally he wanted to be tied. He was called Damodara, and that rope she tried to a big this thing, and he went in between two trees, two Arjuna trees, and he uprooted those two trees, and he gave, those two trees are none other than sons of Kubera. Okay, and he gave moksha to them like that. Not moksha, he released them from their curse, because they were thinking of Krishna, but at the same time they have to know the knowledge. So he released them from their curse. Okay, and then he went to Brindavanam. Okay, he grew up there, and there, with his mere glance, by just looking at the boys and the girls and the animals, okay, and they all went into Yamuna river. In the Yamuna river, there was a poisonous serpent called Kalindi. Say that?
Kali.
And the entire water was so poisonous. The boys and the cows, they did not know that. They just drank the water and they all fell dead there. Okay, he just looked at them. He just looked at them, and all the poison got removed, and he just made them alive again. Okay, that is Krishna. He's a boy at that time. Okay, he was looking like a boy at that time. He's Parabrahma, of course. And in order to purify the water, now he said, okay, whoever comes to this water will get purified. And that snake who has been living here, he has overstayed his welcome. He is not supposed to stay here anymore. Okay, so he, with his superhuman, he danced on them. He danced on that snake. Okay, and he asked them all to go away. And then he, with his superhuman deeds, that very night, he saved together with Balarama, he saved all of them who were asleep. Okay, there was a big fire coming and burning this entire village. And Balarama and Krishna, they saved that entire village. Okay, and from that forest fire. That forest fire is nothing but a Rakshasa. Okay, he killed them. And then, like that, and he who thus proved to them with his great prowess. Okay, and he later on, all the gopikas he delivered moksha, he gave moksha. And with the rope, I told you again, Damodara Leela, his mother was trying to tie him down, but he was not getting tied. Every time she gets more rope, but again it falls 2 inches short. And then he looked at her. Okay, that's fine. Let me be tied down by her. And he thought that, and he became a Damodara. And when whoever thinks of this Leela will attain moksha. You have to imagine, and you have to enjoy that Leela. And then Nanda king himself, they perform sacrifices, right? When they perform sacrifices, they offer it to Indra. But this time, when he was doing that, Lord Krishna said, no, 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 don't do it for Indra or Varuna. Okay, let us do it for this mountain called Govardhanagiri. And for that, Indra got mad, and Indra actually rained rocks and so much rain for continuous 7 days and 7 nights. And at that time, Lord Krishna just lifted the mountain with his right hand like this. And a 7-year-old boy, everybody was scared. What is going to happen? We are not going to come down. And he said, it's okay, nothing will happen. Come, come. and they all came under the mountain, and they were trying to put their sticks up, and they were thinking they were helping Krishna hold the mountain. But can they help? Obviously not. Lord Krishna himself protects everyone. And even though they did not eat, with his eyes, he was looking at them, and they were all not at all thirsty, not at all hungry at that time. We will talk about all these leelas in detail later, but they told everything in brief here also. So listen, be happy listening. And now there was a son of Maya, a Rakshasa, okay, and he came into Brindavana, and with because of their all their hard, all the cowherd boys and all, they work day and night. They work the entire day and they sleep during night, and so he protected from that demon also. And when okay, well, you talked about the Govinda. That is when he held the Govardhanagiri mountain, Indra came again. Indra realized his senses and he thought, okay, I made such a big mistake. And he came again and he gave him the title called Govinda. Say that?
Govinda.
And every one of us, when we sometimes, when you have to take bath and you don't get to take
Is
when
that
you
why it's called Golokam?
yes. When you don't get time to take bath and you are in real hurry, if you say Govinda, 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 and when you hear some inauspicious stuff, you just say Govinda, 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 that effect of that is gone. They say that. So say Shri Govinda, 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 Govinda 3 times. Say that. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Ah,
Goinda, goinda, goinda.
Govinda. So then, no, if you say that, it's good for you. Okay, that's the reason why. And now, after what happened, see, he was performing so many leelas. Like every day, he will perform one new leela like that. Okay, and he even killed. He awakened the uh, desire, the like Brajabhumi ladies, like all of them, they could listen to his what do you say, Venuganam. I told you, right? 6 months, if you don't hear any, like for every 3 hours every day, if you don't listen to anything, you can listen that Venuganam. They went to that plane because of that. This is why they could only hear that Venugana. Everybody else could not hear. That's the reason, because they are constantly thinking of Parabrahmam, Krishna, all the time. Krishna is the one who can grant moksha very easily, guys. Just thinking of Krishna, thinking of his leelas, he gives very easily moksha. Hence the name Mukunda. Okay, and then he killed their kidnapper Shankachuda. Yes, Tikshna.
Sorry, everybody, three hours చేస్తారు కదా almost everybody.
Alaga,
18.
not in sleep while you are awake. Okay, in sleep you sleep. Nobody knows. We are in the Tamo Guna, and we are along with the Parabrahman at that time. But what is the guarantee that you are thinking of God at that time, right?
Yeah.
That's why. Now he killed all the demons, like he decapitated a kidnapper known as Shankachuda, who was after the riches of the Kubera. Okay, and he killed Rakshasas like Pralamba, Dhenuka, Bakasura, Keshi, Arishtha, Chanura, Mushtika. Okay, and Kuvalayapida, the elephant. Okay, he killed the elephant also, and then he killed his demonic uncle Kamsa. Okay, Kamsa also he killed, and many foreign kings from Persia. From Persia, there were so many kings like Kala, Yavana, and all. He got them also killed. Okay, these are all natures. I mean, at that time itself, Islam is there like that. And the ape, the Dvivida. Do you remember Dvivida? The Vanara Dvivida? He was there in Ramayanam. He helped as in Rama, but he turned bad in the Dwapara Yuga. Okay, and he killed Lord Krishna killed that Dvivida also, and then Poundarika. The he is also a bad one, and others, and as well as King Salva. He killed King Salva. We will know more about this. Narakasura and Balvala and Dantavaktra and Saptoksha, Sambara, Viduratha and Rukmi and all the powerful warriors like Kamboja, Matsya, Kuru, all the sons of the Dhritarashtra and all, and then Shrinjaya, Kekaya, and we have to thank him for would thanks to him disappear from the scene and attain like, and after that suddenly after his work is done, he just disappeared out of from the earth. We know that also in first Skandha we covered how he just left the body. Okay, just the same way I told you how one can leave the body by getting the prana shakti up, like that Krishna also left the body. Okay, but anyways, that is how he did. And the next incarnation, okay, we went long past time. We will continue this tomorrow. Okay, we'll continue this tomorrow. I hope
ఇంకా నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్కార్నేషన్స్ పేర్లు చెప్పారు నేను.
next incarnation పేరు చెప్పనా, వ్యాస. Okay, Vyasa is one incarnation. Okay, and then Kalki, Buddha. Okay, Kalki, Buddha. These are the next incarnations. Okay, we will talk about them in a brief way tomorrow. But yes, okay, this is where we will stop for today, and we'll continue tomorrow at 4:30 itself. Okay, and now Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
శ్రీకృష్ణ శరణం మమ
Sri Krishna
శ్రీకృష్ణ
Sharanam
శరణం
Mama.
మమ
Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Amazing.